Right, so we're back on here. The previous video kind of run out of time, so I've had to continue on with it. We're working out something else. I want to work out the pounds and pence. The first thing I have to do is to work out the pence is to get the right sort of values. What I'll do here is I reckon I'm looking through my code. I know it's down here I've used int and then I've fruit pounds it there, so basically it's taking the value, which means it's not an integer yet, make it an integer. So that might give me a small issue, so I'm going to delete that there, get rid of the extra bracket, and instead I'll put it up here instead, int, and then over there, and then save it and run it to see what we get, to make sure it looks right. So it still says pounds is 6. Next thing I'll do is fruit pence equals something. Now I'll put a little comment in here. Remember we had 610, right? Now if you had 610, you want to work at the pence, you need to take away 600. That gives you 10 pence. Okay, so we have to figure out how to basically do that using our variables. So let's look to see, oh, typo, it's asking what we're doing here. I'll put a little zero there just now so I can run it. So look through here, the cost of fruit is 610. Right, so look down here, the cost of fruit is, so that is 610. So put that in there for 610. And then we take away something. Then run it again to see what we've got. Where is the 600? We don't have a 600. Do you notice that? There's no 600 there. Right? So we have to basically use something here and make it into 600. Now the cost of pounds is 6, it says there. The cost of pounds is 6. Yes, that is 6 as well. So we want to take that 6 and do something with it. So the cost of pounds is, and it's there, that's the 6. Right? We want to minus the cost, whatever it was. But the thing is, that's just 6. That's not 600. So how do you take a 6 and make it 600? Multiply by 100. Right, that sort of makes sense. So we're basically saying here 610. Right, that's 610. And then take that and then take away 6 times 100 gives you 600. So 600 away from 610 is 10. Oof, that's a big way of saying it, isn't it? So that should work. Next thing to do is probably decide how to deal with this. It looks okay. Right, let's see what happens when we output some information to the screen. So the cost in pounds and pence is, I'll put a little pound sign in so we can see the pound value again, and that's that line just above it. We already know that bit already, so just grab that. So that should say 6. Let's just double check. Right, now we want a little, maybe a decimal point after that to represent the pennies. Test that out. There's a little decimal point now. And then add in the pence. So we said that, so don't forget str, fruit pence, and then see what happens. And it says 6.10, so that's good. So that 10 appeared there. Let's add in a little p for pence, just to make it look pretty. So we've taken the fruit added up, the prices off it. We can show the pounds. We can also show the pounds and pence. If you wanted to, you could just show the pence as well. You know, it's just a little bit extra you could add in. I'd maybe add it in here. Print the pence left over from the pounds is, and then obviously we're looking for that str pence bit there. And then file that in, save it, see what happens. There you go. See, put a lot of little bits and pieces in here. You could also put a little p at the end of that if you wanted to, just to show its pence. There you go. So that's lots of arithmetic over a couple of different videos actually. So it did take a little bit of time. My main suggestion with this one is you should maybe have a go yourself. Try typing it in, try to understand the algebra of it, the flow of it. So remember, here is all the things being sort of created or set up. I'll put a comment in there, I reckon, just to say that. So create variables and assign values. That's the sort of first thing I did there. And this one here is a little bit calculations. Calculate what's called answers or results, answers. Lots of answers to calculate. And then down here, show or output the answers. There you go. Now what we'll do is, while we're here, change apples to a different number. Let's say 7 apples, 7 pears. Then you get different results. And another one here, let's say maybe 10 of those, and maybe change the price. And again, different results. Now what you're seeing here is the power of a computer program. The minute you start changing values, these values here for example, you change the output. You change the calculated answers, which are now different values, therefore the output has different values appearing on the screen.